with Deborah Roberts. Her new book, Sisters Loved and Treasured, celebrates sisterhood through stories from women of all walks of life. So this is not just like your typical celebrities talking about, these are people from everywhere.
Two girls from New Jersey, 13 and 12 years old, who sew hospital gowns for kids who just have such a sweet little bond.
Incredible.
To, twins who have very unusual relationships.
Well, I believe twins I believe that if you interviewed one, you probably interviewed both of them.
Well, you know what? You're not wrong. There's something called cryptophagia, where they have their own language. They start in the crib, blah, 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 and they know exactly what each other is saying. So they are sisters to the ultimate degree.
And as one of, you said 7 sisters, did you learn anything new or surprising about your own sisters along the way?
Well, my sisters are here.
Yeah.
And you know, my youngest sister, Belinda, was a little nervous.
Wait, why was she nervous?
She was a little nervous. She's like, okay, what is this book all about? And what are we revealing? And what skeletons are we, right?
Yeah, what skeleton?
No, don't ask. She said to me, can I say it? She said to me, when we were little, I always thought Mom liked you more. And I was like, no, of course. But it was so interesting because we talked about our feelings in ways we had never done before. And I think we understood each other and I think related to each other in ways that we hadn't before.
I think if I ask your sisters, was Deborah the favorite, you would probably all say yes, right? Yeah.
No, that's not true.
No, because she's like the favorite in the halls here. Like, I feel like you were probably teacher's favorite. I bet you were just you're like a favorite.
I kind of was.
Yeah.
No, but that's because I was such a yacker and I was such a sociable person. I think I just came out of the womb talking all the time.
I love that you included your daughter and your stepdaughter.
Yes.
And what did they reveal about their relationship?
You know, it was so interesting because they are stepsisters. And so I wanted to explore sisterhood in all ways, right? So those who were really close, those who had struggled. And they had struggled a little bit when they were little because Courtney was on the scene before Leela arrived.
Right.
And they talked to each other about how they had jealousies and how they had competitiveness about each other, and they had never done that before. And it was an emotional conversation.
Were you aware of it when they were young?
Well, of course, you see the kids sort of
dynamic.
bumping. Yeah, you see the dynamic, but you try not to give too much voice to it.
Yeah,
but for them to say, I had to come to a place where I really accepted you for who you are. They got emotional and I got emotional and it was a beautiful thing. And I saw that with a lot of sisters, Kelly. They jumped on the Zoom and they would start talking and they would start weeping. I've never told you I felt this before, or I never told you how close or how much you mean to me. And it was such a beautiful experience for me and I think for them. One sister said to me, I need therapy after this is over. I didn't know I was gonna need to do that.
How many sisters went into therapy?
Yes, exactly.
Give Al a hug for us, please.
I will.
Deborah's new book, Sisters Loved and Treasured, out in stores now. Go get it.